you stop touching your feet, please?
Stop touching your feet, man. Just begin the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the HIB Podcast with our 7th episode. Yes, 7 episodes. Today, we're going to be going over the IB learner profile in the global context. My co-hosts here joining me today are Ian Wan,
Hey.
Lan Wan, Nate Nathaniel Wise, and Timofey Zalnim,
Hello.
the Ruski man.
Well, that's a British accent.
Obviously, we're also going to have a Reddit session. Nathaniel's Wise,
Yay.
and last but not the least, Ian's World News. He's finally back.
Yeah, I am, and I'm before Nathaniel's Wise.
No one cares about the order,
Yeah.
as long as you're here.
I care about the order.
And I will end you.
That's not how the game works.
Shush. Okay. Anyway, today I learned that a college in Kentucky named Berea College has free education. Instead, students it doesn't charge tuition, and students work on the campus at least 15 hours a week, and have 2 40-hour work weeks.
So it's basically a forced labor camp plus education.
Yeah. You want to go there?
I'm fine with staying in China because I can essentially get the same thing, but whatever. Kentucky, whatever.
Fried chicken.
It's got fried chickens,
Yeah.
but Popeyes. No.
Okay, Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Yeah, I know.
Popeyes all the way.
That sounds very 1984-ish that we just finished in English literature class.
Yeah, it's 100 pages about sex and... Yeah.
So this
Technical
fornication.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys want to get into the nitty gritty? How I said it right. The nitty and gritty. The learner profile. What do you guys know about the learner profile?
It's the most boring part of the entire IB program. Are you
They're
It's
gonna
the most
find you.
useless, man. Besides that,
That's where the true thoughts come out.
I meant useful. It's the most useful thing to know.
Trick you into that.
Nope. Okay. Do you guys
police.
know any strands of this learner profile?
To be adaptable.
Caring.
Caring is one of them. Hey,
Okay.
you got one.
Open-minded.
Yes.
Understanding.
Knowledgeable.
Yes.
Which one's yes?
His
Oh
knowledgeable.
my goodness.
No, nothing.
Fairness.
Okay, I'll just tell you guys because y'all suck.
Yeah.
Inquirers. So we inquire.
We wanna
We
know
ask
stuff.
questions. We're knowledgeable. We're so smart.
Okay,
We're big brain.
okay. Inquirers. We want to know stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledgeable. We know stuff. Keep it going.
Thinkers.
We think stuff.
Communicators.
We say stuff.
Principled.
We don't do stuff.
We don't do stuff. There you go.
Open-minded. We appreciate
embrace stuff.
Embrace stuff. Caring.
We care about stuff.
Risk takers. We do stuff.
We don't care about stuff.
We don't. Hey, there you go. We don't care about
Balanced.
We balance things.
stuff.
Reflective.
We reflect stuff.
Yeah, that's all.
There you go.
Winner.
So, just as a general overview,
It's
inquirers, knowledgeable, thinkers, communicators, principled, open-minded, caring, risk-takers, balanced, and reflective. Can you guys give me one example where you use one of these learner profiles in your school daily lives?
School daily life.
You more inspire.
Nate, shush.
That's a very IB answer, but whatever. Okay.
Ivy loves you right now.
Yeah.
Well, as our DP coordinator said, being principal is very important for exams, since you need to be academically honest and also respectful towards others in your cohort, as you're all in the same conditions.
What was that?
Can you stop that?
Exactly. We have to be respectable too.
Ha! Nice.
Nice one.
I like it.
Because if you are tapping the foot, maybe you'll tap your answer in your head, okay?
But you're also a risk taker because you're willing to take the risk. Us hating you.
Yes.
Willing to take the wrong
See,
risk.
That was just the perfect example of risk taking.
Timofey, I will end your life and your family. If you don't stop right now.
I took the risk and it worked, and Timofey took
All
the
right,
risk
boys, we're
and
bringing out the
he's
big
getting death
guns.
threats.
Yeah, we're not tapping our foot anymore, please.
So Ian, what was one time when you showed an example of an IB learner profile?
I would say many rather than just one, you know.
But
'cause-
we're like,
Humble.
because we're so knowledgeable and we're so like good. We're such a good IB
Yeah.
representative. Just give us one example so that we don't overwhelm the podcast.
One example, as we're doing this podcast, we're basically doing CAS, which, you know, is kind of linked to all of that. Knowledgeable, I'm, you know, presenting the international news part, and I need to be knowledgeable and be informed every day about what's actually going on in the world. Rather
Open-minded.
than
You gotta be open-minded too.
I gotta be open-minded. I
Yeah.
gotta be knowledgeable. I gotta inquire.
Balanced,
All of that.
reflective,
It's all related.
communicator.
Yeah.
As far as we are all concerned, the IB Learner Profile is located at the very heart of every IB program.
I got deep.
And also on the diagram that you were presented with before you joined the DB program, you can see that
Wait, you guys were showed it.
the IB Learner Profile is at the very center, and around it is CAST, TOK, and EE, which we discussed in our previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are essentially what we want to get out of the IB program. And
The
of
IB
course-
learner profile. So what a learner in IB should be like.
Yeah, so of course, every single program like EE, CAS, or anything like that is gonna, you know, focus around those profiles and train us for it.
Nate, you're new to this IB program, aren't you?
Yes.
Have
What
you
do you-
learned anything yet? Are you implementing any of these learner profiles yet?
No.
That's a straight answer.
That's honesty, and that
Okay,
should
you know what?
be.
Honestly, you're taking a risk by saying you're not
I
learning
am.
anything.
I'm taking
But
a
do you
risk.
think you will learn anything? You still have a whole like year and a half, right? Or 2 years.
I'm open-minded to the suggestion.
Hey, you see, you are learning little by little.
You are already implementing it.
Maybe
I mean, just by being an IB, you're already implementing the learner profiles.
you're open-minded. To
Well, very true.
Doing a lot of homework.
So like, it might seem like you're not, or you're being overwhelmed, but actually it's all planned and it's all lesson plans and things where they have to implement these things into your actual learning in your lessons.
Yeah.
So,
I actually got an award for it, like, last year for being knowledgeable.
hey, everyone clap for Ian.
That's some disappointing
That's the only
claps,
clap
but
you got,
whatever.
Give him a cookie, guys.
Yeah, basically I answered every single, not every single, a lot of questions for the question of the day section of our homeroom
yes,
teacher.
yes.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, that's kind of why I got it, but whatever, that does reflect that I do have
Knowledge.
Backbone.
knowledge.
You're
and all that.
knowledgeable.
I'm knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable. Yeah.
Anyway,
We're so on topic.
Nate, we don't need your criticism here.
yeah.
Be gone!
That's not open-minded at all.
But yeah, so like, do you think? Well, let's hit with a hard question. Do you think this is useful?
Useful for what?
Timofey,
For
what do you
general
think?
life.
Timofey, do you think the IB learner profile is useful? And I'm doing quotation marks.
Yeah, he's doing quotation marks. Well, the IB Learner Profile is there to actually show and represent who we as IB learners are, and
What does that mean?
also, well, it generally defines how you should be behaving, at least in an academic environment.
Yeah.
And from an academic standpoint, you should be performing actions with the IB Learner Profile attributes in mind. So yeah, it is quite useful for just probably for your reference at first, but every single time you do something, as we just discussed, basically every single one of your actions is in some way describing one of those attributes.
Yeah.
Like, let me add something, because like, these are ingrained into our brains, all these like different strands, but we don't, like, I asked all you guys and you don't know all of them by heart.
Yeah.
And I think this is because we use them so much that we're used to this, and we just naturally are, we become this learner that the profile wants.
So you are saying we are them, we have them, we just
We don't like,
we just don't.
because it just becomes such a natural thing, you don't remember it. But yes, anyway, Any like general comments you want to give about this learner profile?
IB learner profile. I don't know. Timofey, do you have any comments? No. Ian?
It's a profile. It's what you are aiming to get out of the IB program, and as the name suggests, you are probably going to be trained as a good learner if you like follow all of that. But as a general life direction, I don't think it's much.
I mean, some of these like
some of these are great
yeah.
for you know what you want, what you will strive for like in your life, but it's after all for learners, not for you. If you don't want to be a learner for your entire life.
And then again, these aren't always ingrained into our classes.
Yeah.
So just if you're new to the IB system or thinking of going into an IB school, have these in the back of your mind. There are posters of these all over the schools. They must be there. I'm not sure if they must be, but at least in our school, we have these posters all over the school.
Or just indoctrinated, who knows?
Anyway, yeah. So these are like some necessary things that you must know for the IB. And another necessary thing is the global context.
Global context.
Okay, I'm gonna test you guys again. What is the global? List me some global context.
Identities and relationships.
That's one.
Because that was my personal project.
Hey.
Justice systems?
No.
Shush.
That hurts.
You don't deserve to be here.
I wasn't here during MIP, so
Yes,
I
you
don't
were.
I don't remember anything.
Yes, you were.
Okay, orientation in space and time, dude. That's like the number one.
Oh, right.
Scientific and technical innovation.
That was my PP.
Fairness and development.
Yes. Globalization.
Personal and cultural.
Globalization and sustainability and personal and cultural expression. So just
How am I
to
supposed
recap.
to remember any of those?
No, you're not supposed to remember
You're not
these,
supposed
but
to remember.
like I said, you're just supposed to have them in the back of your head, just as you like. Yes. So let me just recap them because people were interrupting. Identities and relationships, orientation in space and time, scientific and technical innovation, globalization and sustainability, fairness and development, personal and cultural expression. Now this was for MYP, it's not really for DP, because we don't really use these global contexts anymore. But let's say for a personal project. Timofey, as you mentioned before, what was your global context for your project?
Identities and relationships.
I believe mine was either scientific and technical innovation or orientation in space and time. I'm pretty sure it's scientific and technical
with
innovation.
swords.
Yeah, with swords. And so these are just some contexts that will kind of help you throughout your MIP life.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want to, that's kind of fields that you want to develop upon and kind of make the world a better place. And if you combine that with the, the learner profile,
you become a super IB student.
Yeah, you become a IB Superman or something like that.
Yeah, IB Superman.
The so-called IB guru. Or
Superman.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a combination of these two, like I said, global context is not important for the IB, but obviously some listeners might not be from the IB program, and this might like obviously affect you. And if you're doing CP or PP or just MIP,
you gotta choose one, but it's rather easy to choose because if you're doing something, that's probably gonna fit into one of them.
I would say this is just like different criteria for which you can. View your work and
just to give an example, for me, PP, I did something. I basically filmed a video and uploaded onto YouTube, and it was about upgrading a MacBook, and it was scientific and technical innovations.
Yeah,
it's pretty straightforward. Any other examples? Like
for me, I made a bunch of like cultural swords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But not actual swords, but wooden swords, and I would think this is also scientific and technical innovation. Because you're building things and you're making something. You're making something. So basically anything that's like handiwork can be under scientific and technical
tech related, something like that.
Yeah.
Another, give another example of something
for
else.
example, fairness and development. Timofey, what was your project again?
Mine was identities and relationships.
Yeah, and what was your project related?
Well, the project title was the aim was to create an educational documentary about the Russian community in Beijing, which has quite unfortunately been in steady decline over the past years. But from my findings, there are a couple people who decided to move on from Beijing. And one lady has moved to South China right now.
And how exactly is that, related to the global context?
Well, I looked at the way that different individuals consider themselves part of a larger society, not just the expat community in Beijing, but specifically the Russian community.
Huh.
And also the fact that we have the Russian Cultural Center at Dongzhimen in Beijing, right next to the Russian embassy also. But unfortunately, I couldn't get a comment from them when I was doing my PP.
They're not going to comment on such a small...
No, they replied to me later on, but it was more of like a thing where they said it's difficult to arrange an interview or something.
Oh.
And since I had a PP deadline to meet, it kind of caused the whole interview to never happen.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Nate,
Yeah.
you didn't do PP, but you can apply those. Give us an example or a hypothetical example or something like that.
Justice system. So I'm doing my extended essay, and for that I might be doing it in English.
Wow.
And
Yeah, so I'm going to be applying justice systems.
But which
to
global context will relate to your justice system?
justice and fairness and development.
It could be fairness and development. What about identities and relationships, maybe?
No, there's fairness and development. What is fair? So sort of ethics. Yeah. And I might be doing that in history or English. I'm still not sure.
But anyway, yeah, so like there are many ways that you can use these global contexts and learner profiles for your life.
even if we're not using them like in DP, it's still good to like still kind of relate back to it, and it's relatable. It's gonna relate to whatever you do during the program. So yeah. Anything else?
Basically, the learner profile and the global context are really vague terms that sum up all of the IB and all that you're gonna achieve or would hope to achieve.
Everything's going to be
from the IB program.
The more vague it is, the more inclusive it is.
So like Mussolini.
Right.
History joke.
Nationalists and socialists.
In general,
And
fascists.
communists.
Yeah, well, that was it for the IB learner learner profile and global context. Let's move on to a more recent issue, a science orientation in space and time, or globalization and sustainability, or fairness and development context with Ian's global news.
Right. Now you're giving me much pressure to link it back to there, but I'll try.
Do it.
I'll try. Now, headline on AP: impeachment shadows Trump on trip to NATO leaders meetings. Now, as you might know, or you might not know, but whatever, Trump has demised the NATO leaders and talked about, pulling back NATO, not giving money to NATO, and all of that.
Wait, what is NATO again?
NATO, North Atlantic
Trading
organization.
okay, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about the T, but I'm pretty sure.
I think it's not trading.
It's not trading. Treaty. Oh, treaty. Yeah, treaty was the one. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Russia's not.
Yeah,
Come on, Russia. No.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Treaty
What's
Organization.
the Atlantic?
What kind of question is that? You're an IB student.
You're an IB
I'm
student.
not a geography student.
You should be knowledgeable.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
you should be
Australia,
knowledgeable.
Australia part of NATO?
I've got no idea.
I'm not sure. I think
I'm
no.
not sure.
I think no.
I think no, because it's Atlantic. And
The US is though.
yeah, of course. It's Atlantic. It's basically
Yes.
US and the Europe.
Oh,
European
that
countries.
one. Yeah.
That-
Is it
oh
like
my-
got Hawaii in it or something?
Oh my God,
No,
that's
that's the Pacific.
Nate.
Do you want me to read off a list? Or,
Okay,
or-
never mind.
Nate,
You're good, right?
seriously,
You're good.
do something about your geography.
Geography.
Seriously.
Okay, it's Europe
Anyway,
and
it's
America.
basically Europe and America. It's basically the Western countries against Russians and China and whatever's rest. Anyways, the relationship between NATO leaders and Trump is not really that great, and since they are meeting at this time when Trump has decided not to participate in the impeachment investigation, and well, some say that's an impeachable offense in itself. But aside from that, it's gonna be hard for Trump since their relationship is not that great and his status as the president of the United States is in question very much. And maybe give it a month, some predict that the House will actually impeach Donald Trump because the investigation is pretty much wrapping up and they're probably not gonna accept any more witnesses. Anyways,
it is identities and relationships.
It is identities and relationships, as Yasin said, and Yasin, can you help relate that to identity and relationships?
Yeah, like a relationship between Trump and NATO. Obviously.
There you go. And Trump and the Democrats, basically. Yeah. Anyways, next news. Many of you and would know that Tesla, launched a Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
You guys know it,
yes.
right?
Okay.
The windows.
It's yes or no. It's either yes or no. There's no middle.
I like in the middle.
I say yes.
It's definitely polarizing,
there is a middle.
Of course. The design is definitely polarizing, and the one thing that's polarizing is that the entire upper part of the entire truck is a triangle rather than a trapezoid.
It's a weird car, but
it's a weird car, but it's fast.
It's a good move.
It's fast. It stands out because it's definitely a good move because since despite the failed presentation of the glass, it really stands out as a truck because the truck industry has one of the most loyal customers. If you buy a Ford F-150, you're gonna buy a Ford F-150 5 years later, maybe 6, you're gonna buy another one.
Shall I say there's already 200,000 pre-orders already.
Nice.
And it's a month ago or even less than a month ago.
Man, nicey. And for that, by using such a polarizing design, Tesla would get people talking, would get people wanting this thing.
Also, it's a different design.
It's a totally different design.
In the Southern, all they use
design.
is this F whatever.
Yeah.
The Ford truck, and it's after it breaks down, they buy the same exact truck after.
I know.
It's just hurting the
environment. Either that or the Ford F-150, the Dodge Ram R1500 and the Chevy Silverado. That's the 3-1. Mm-hmm. But with this, it kind of looks like a DeLorean in
what?
Yeah, that's the car in Back to the Future. Come on.
That does not look like...
It kind of looks like a DeLorean. It sort of looks like a
DeLorean at that angle.
Okay. Anyways, it's a great move to use such a polarizing design to break into such a loyal market. And I think... Well, it's definitely much, much different from what Tesla has right now, but I think it's a great move from Tesla, from Elon Musk, and I'm looking forward to see the electronic trucks appearance in the actual truck market.
Yeah, because if they've already got 200,000 pre-ordered and they're $40,000 each.
They're relatively cheaper.
They're relatively cheap. I think it starts at
40,000.
40,000, and it goes up to 70 with
or 69 or something.
So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you get a lot of car for it. It accelerates super
and also
fast.
all the other extensions you can add with the solar. Possibly the solar roof or the quad bike on the back.
The quad bike.
If that's being sold as well, with it, that would be awesome.
And also, this can obviously relate to our IB global context with globalization and sustainability and scientific and technical innovation, which is kind of cool.
It's
showing that real life examples can be still related to global context.
Yeah. Now, I'm done.
Now, time for the best segment of them all.
No.
Debatable.
This is a biased opinion.
Absolutely biased.
Not biased at all. You guys need to be open-minded.
Yeah, let's give a show of hand. Who thinks that Nathaniel's wife is the best segment?
Objection, Rollins.
We also need to be principled.
Okay.
Nathaniel's wife. So I've got a whole list of questions that I wrote up during cast block. Because my computer died.
Not principled.
Not principled. No, I am principled because I still did CAS.
Hey, let's go.
Oh man. Alright, so I've got a bunch of questions, but today I'm gonna do one that I was asked today by another person. So
I think I know.
There's a doctor of philosophy at my school. And I've been offered a cookie if I can answer one question. How do I know the cookie exists?
It's the same thing. How do you know?
Did that blow your mind?
No, it does not. It's
That's
basically the same question as what you did on the first week.
What did the first time?
Do you exist?
How do you know that you exist? It's basically you replaced by a cookie.
You replaced by the
If
cookie.
you guys want to help out, you can always give us a comment in the bottom, prove Nate wrong.
Prove Nate wrong.
Or just send us a cookie.
Yeah, let's just wage war upon Nate and get a cookie.
Okay, so we know that something exists. Might not be any of us. Because whatever we see is the manifestation of something. Otherwise, there'd be nothing. And since something is manifesting itself, we have proof that something exists.
Sorry, excuse my yawning.
Now, does this something know it exists? What is it that exists? What form does it take? Does what exists take the form of this? Yes, it does. Because otherwise,
Yeah,
we would be seeing.
You guys are listening, right?
I bet you guys are already asleep at this time.
So we can justify two phrases. Phrase 1, something exists. That might be a sentence. Phrase 2, what it ends with is my view of the world, my perception of the world as is now. So what do you perceive right now?
I perceive a room with 4 teenagers, a phone, and us sitting on Yasin's bed.
Whatever exists is manifesting itself in that, or your perception of that.
I think you're making sense, but you're using such big terminology that you
I
just
think the
you're
main one's
losing us.
manifest.
If you could make it easier for people to listen or understand, then people would be interested in speaking.
Do you guys know what manifest means?
Yes, but
Define manifest.
Manifest means to take the form of. So there's a genie that manifests itself as the shape of a human. But really it's just a big cloud of...
I'm manifesting
dust.
like myself, like I care.
How about so what manifests a human?
Whatever exists is manifesting itself in our perception right now.
Our sense of
Itself, or is that person perceiving you, or are you declaring yourself?
You're both manifesting each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we know the manifestation is real? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Just say that.
How about this?
Exactly.
How about this? I know the cookie is real because I want it, and when I eat it, I'm happy.
Would this be a valid statement?
If that's not real, then what's the point of me wanting the cookie?
Oh, that's actually a good point. If it wasn't real, then we wouldn't be reacting to it.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
If something
exists.
Okay, if something that's not real can give me joy, can intrigue my desire, then that's something that not real thing is real.
Yes.
Then it cannot be not real.
If you guys want to join into this argument or conversation, I would say just leave some comments below. Let's have a talk.
Yeah, let's have a talk, Nate.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Wait, yeah?
So my final statement
final
for
question.
you would be, so do you think that intangible things can manifest themselves?
Intangible things. I don't know. Is the future intangible?
Can the future manifest
Can you
itself?
manifest your
The
imagination?
future
Are you?
inevitably manifests itself. Well, we can't touch it now. Well, maybe we can.
Well, you're touching future with every second that this podcast continues.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that was a long tangent.
Thank you for listening
Yeah.
to HIB Podcast episode 7 and Nathaniel's Wise on the end.
And all the other segments, which are equally good. We hope you enjoyed. If not, tell us why or why not. And no death threats though, because
No
we
death
want to
threats.
live.
Yeah. And
Actually, feel free to send death threats.
Objection, relevance.
It will make me feel special. It will make me feel special.
Yeah, we're not worth that bullet. Come on.
All right. Well, till next time, episode 8. We're getting there. Only 5 episodes left.
We'll see.
We'll see.
If you want to extend it, then we'll extend it.
And next time we'll have Sam instead of myself. I will come back in a month.
And we're hoping this session reaches Reddit. And if it has reached Reddit, can you guys please leave some comments below? Thank you. Bye.